Trump being Trump, so says Paul Catlin. Let me bring in two other voices. Kayleigh a conservative columnist and CNN contributor, and the CNN contributor Jason Kander, former Democratic candidate for Senate. Kayleigh, let me begin with you. How do you defend the president on this one?
Look, none of us were in the room. These were notes that were taken and provided to the New York Times, read over the phone. And Sean Spicer had a very clear explanation. You know, you have Jim Comey out there grandstanding on the Russia investigation. We know the FBI ordinarily does not announce investigations. Nevertheless, Comey, in fact, did, creating the shroud of wrongdoing around the Trump administration based on, guess
Sean
what?
Didn't deny it. Just let's be clear. In this entire White House statement, he didn't deny that the president said this.
He did not deny it. That is absolutely correct. But look, you know, you just had Senator Dianne Feinstein on this network yesterday saying that she's seen no evidence of collusion, and yet every day this is what we're talking about. And what we are witnessing is an obstruction of this presidency from within. You have people committing felonies not once, not twice, sometimes 3 times a day by giving classified information to reporters. It is wrong. It's a reason. There's a reason for a century.
This is the same meeting where the president reportedly gave classified information to the Russians, an adversary of the United States.
And he's able to do that. He's the ultimate declassifier. That is the job of the president. But you have people committing felonies. There's a reason under the Espionage Act for the last century it has been a felony deserving of imprisonment for leaking. And you have people committing felonies deserving of imprisonment every day. It's a huge problem. And I'm very upset that Democrats don't seem to care about this aspect of the story.
Jason Kander, Democrat, do you care?
Yeah, well, look, first of all, saying that Jim Comey created a shroud of wrongdoing around the president is like blaming a meteorologist when there's a tornado. It ain't Jim Comey's fault that there's a shroud of wrongdoing. It's the president's fault, and it's the president's campaign and the people that he works with. President Trump keeps saying, no matter what the White House says, President Trump keeps saying that he fired Jim Comey to end the Russia investigation, to make it stop. I think, for once, we should believe him about this. He's told it to the Russians. He's told it to the press. He fired Jim Comey, the guy in charge of the investigation, because he wanted the investigation into him to end. That is not okay.
That's just not true. Why, if he wanted it to end, why would you fire Comey? Let the acting director be Andrew McCabe,
Ask the president.
who we know's wife has accepted money from Clinton allies. Why would you want McCabe in power over someone like Comey? That just doesn't make sense. It's not logical.
Maybe you should advise him, because he's the one who's been saying that.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, but Kayleigh, the president himself said to the Russians that the pressure was off in the Russia investigation. So obviously the president thought that firing Comey would take the pressure off the investigation. So the president has provided you the answer to your question.
I don't think so. I think what he was meaning by that is
obvious.
What he was
Go ahead,
meaning by that.
Kayleigh, answer.
What he was meaning by that is the pressure that is unduly put on him by announcing an investigation when FBI directors typically don't do that. It's not that he doesn't want to be investigated and have this closed up in a clean way. What he wants is someone not having an FBI director out there announcing investigations when he's privately confirming to Trump 3 times, you're not the subject of this investigation, but nevertheless announcing this and creating this shroud of wrongdoing.
But if there was no hang on, if there was no there, which he said just, you know, this time yesterday at the White House, that there is absolutely no collusion, then why say that, okay, Russians, the pressure is off?
Look, Brooke, you have Senator Dianne Feinstein saying there's no evidence.
Answer the question first. Don't put it on Dianne Feinstein. Why is he saying to the Russians the pressure is off?
Because you don't have an FBI director out there grandstanding anymore. You don't have someone out there wanting to make up for the fact that he handled Clinton poorly by now handling Trump poorly. You don't have an FBI director out there trying to make a name for himself who loves being in front of the camera. That's the pressure that was off, not the investigation, but the public grandstanding around it.
Go ahead, Jason.
Kayleigh, you think Jim Comey's purpose is to make a name for himself? I mean, literally, the president said of Jim Comey that he's more famous than the president. I don't think that's what was going on. I think what's going on is the president of the United States, who is under investigation for colluding with the Russians, brought a Russian who he knows to be in charge of Russian spies, in charge of recruiting Russian spies, into his office, gave them classified information that he should not have given them, that has put people's lives at risk, and then said to the people that he is possibly under investigation for colluding with, the pressure's off, I got rid of the guy who's investigating us.
Okay,
that's what happened. You can't deny it.
Quick pause. Got to take a break. Back in a moment.